Rick. It doesn't sound safe.
Relax, Morty. I've done crazier things before.
Rick charges at Asuka and the fight becomes a blur of neon colors and ridiculous physics. Rick ends up beating Asuka, but the energy drink causes all sorts of unexpected side effects.
Ooh, that was intense. Wait, why is the world bending like that?
Rick, what the hell did you do?
Turns out, the energy drink had caused them to enter the first level of the quantum matryoshka mindf***ck. From here, things only get crazier.
Welcome to the mindf***ck, B***tches.
Oh god, we're screwed.
I don't feel so good.
The rest of the episode features Rick, Morty, and Beth trying to navigate their way through the various nested realities, each one more bizarre and hilarious than the last. Along the way, they encounter all sorts of wacky characters and situations, including a sentient pizza, a giant hamster wheel, and a reality where everyone is a pickle. The episode ends with them finally emerging from the mindf***ck, exhausted and bewildered but ultimately victorious.
Well, that was certainly a trip. Looks like we're all still alive, though.
I never want to go through anything like that again.
Yeah, me neither. But, can we do it again sometime?
End credits. Title: Decoupling of Rick and Morty.
Synopsis. In this episode of Rick and Morty, the decoupling of the two main characters is explored through the lens of emotional and social psychology. The opening scene depicts a cartoon strip with a man and a woman, namely Rick and Morty, conversing in a well-furnished room with a table, a symbol of their friendship. Trust and rapport between the two are highlighted through their facial expressions and tone of voice.
Rick, being the more dominant and experienced character, initiates the breakup, citing issues of trust and control. Morty, the younger and more emotional character, is taken aback and starts crying excessively. Rick, on the other hand, goes to a drunk restaurant where he numbs his emotions. Morty, still in emotional turmoil, goes to the same restaurant to try and sort things out with Rick. Though before he can find the words, Rick plunges himself deeper into self-pity. Morty is hurt by Rick's apparent lack of remorse, but before he can leave, Rick musters up the strength to apologize, and before long, they're friends again. In conclusion, this episode highlights the complexities of human emotions and social interactions, particularly the impact of power dynamics and emotional intelligence on relationships. Rick and Morty's journey of breaking up and coming back together is a testament to the capacity for forgiveness and personal growth. Title: Equine Perplexity, a hilarious Rick and Morty adventure. Rick, Morty, and Beth found themselves in a parallel universe, where an inexplicable phenomenon rendered everyone in the universe unable to communicate verbally. Rick hypothesized that the issue was with a cosmic wave affecting the proteins responsible for synthesizing human speech. As they try to find a solution, they come across a man riding a horse across a field of grass, with a majestic mountain range in the background. Rick quickly realizes that the horse is able to talk and attempts to communicate with it.
What's the matter, horse? Why are you running free while the rest of your kind is silent?
Horse, it's the humans. They stopped understanding us. We've been trying to communicate, but they just don't get it.
So you can talk to us now, Mr. Ed? What's up with that?
Force. You see, I have a higher level of consciousness and far superior vocal cords.
So, what do you want us to do?
Force. I need your help to find the source of this cosmic wave. I have a plan to reverse its effect on the humans, but I need your genius to execute it.
Deal, but on one condition. No more horse puns.
Force. No problem.
They set out on their new quest, and along the way, they come across an old, abandoned TV set. As they turn it on, they find themselves watching an old episode of Goosebumps from 1980, featuring an eerie deaf community. Rick quickly became intrigued by the idea of communicating without sound and started teaching everyone sign language.
Rick, this is not helping us solve the issue with the speech protein.
Oh, come on Beth, lighten up. I'm having fun here.
Rick, I don't think that's a good idea. The horse is getting impatient.
Force. Yeah, Rick, stop horsing around and get to work.
After many hilarious attempts, they finally locate the source of the cosmic wave. It turns out to be a dysfunctional satellite dish that a local farmer had accidentally left on.
Well, that was Naysai. Now, let's fix this once and for all.
They were able to repair the dish, and as a result, the cosmic wave vanished. The inhabitants were finally able to communicate verbally again.
Force. Thank you so much. You guys are the main reason why I still believe in humanity.
Well, at least we got to learn sign language.
Rick, how did you come up with that idea?
Oh, I am just a genius, Beth. You should know that by now.
I don't know, Rick. I thought the horse was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was. You know what? I have an idea for our next adventure. It involves unicorns.
The trio laughed as they boarded their ship and disappeared into the multiverse, leaving the universe with a newfound appreciation for the power of communication. Narrator. In this episode of Rick and Morty, we witness a dramatic turn of events in the relationship dynamics between the main characters, as they experience emotional turmoil leading to their temporary estrangement.
Animated character with green eyes and blue jacket. In the initial scenes, we see Rick and Morty engaging in a heated argument concerning their friendship, culminating in their final declaration of separation, where they both vow never to be friends again.
Animated character. Deeply affected by this separation, Morty is shown crying inconsolably, depicting the intense emotional distress he experiences in response to this event.
Narrator. Meanwhile, Rick proceeds to a drunk restaurant, where he is depicted leaving alone, still inebriated, and refusing to reconcile with Morty.
Despite his initial obstinacy, Rick ultimately re-evaluates his position and decides to extend an olive branch to Morty.
Motivated by his desire for friendship, Morty follows Rick to the drunk restaurant, an environment further fueling his emotional distress.
Narrator. The climax of the episode is when Morty initiates a conversation with Rick, and the two reconcile, rekindling their friendship, portrayed as being essential to Morty's emotional well-being.
Although Rick admits his mistakes and apologizes for his earlier behavior, he is still depicted as being heavily intoxicated.
Narrator. The episode ends with the two characters happily reunited, but Rick's state of intoxication leaves viewers questioning how sustainable this reconciliation will be. In conclusion, this episode of Rick and Morty portrays the complicated dynamics of emotional and social relationships, highlighting the nuanced interplay between individual dispositions and social contexts. Title: The Device of Adolescent Jokes.
Introduction. In this episode, Rick and Morty stumble upon a mysterious black electronic device sitting on a table next to a window with neon lighting. Upon closer inspection, they find out that the device is actually a powerful tool that can create jokes with unprecedented levels of adolescent humor.
Act 1.
Morty, this device is unlike anything I've ever seen before. It's as if it can create humor out of thin air.
Whoa, Rick, that's crazy! Can we try it out?
Sure, Morty, but be warned. This thing is probably more dangerous than a drunk Jerry.
Act 2.
As Rick and Morty experiment with the device, they find themselves laughing uncontrollably at the numerous crude and absurd jokes it generates. However, they soon discover the downside to all this humor. The more they use the device, the less they are able to take anything seriously.
Rick, I don't think this is such a good idea. I feel like my brain is turning into a joke factory.
Ah, Morty, you're just experiencing a form of cognitive dissonance. It's a small price to pay for all the laughs we're getting.
Act 3.
As the episode progresses, the situation becomes increasingly absurd, with Rick and Morty engaging in one goofy adventure after another. They encounter aliens with butt-shaped heads, ride around in an old 2000s Xbox, and even have a rap battle with a sentient burrito.
Morty, I gotta say, this device is a masterpiece. I haven't laughed this much since Birdperson's wedding.
Yeah, I guess it's pretty cool, but I can't help feeling like we're losing our grip on reality.
Listen, Morty, reality is overrated. And besides, how often do you get to ride through space in an Xbox while rapping about burritos?
Epilogue.
As the episode comes to a close, Rick and Morty are left with a newfound appreciation for the importance of balance in life. They realize that while it's okay to indulge in adolescent humor every once in a while, it's also important to take things seriously when the situation calls for it.
Well, Morty, I guess we learned our lesson. Maybe we should stick to our regular level of humor from now on.
Yeah, but can we keep the butt-headed aliens? Those guys were hilarious.
Sure, but only because I'm feeling generous.
Closing credits roll as Rick and Morty ride through space in their Xbox, singing a ridiculous song about burritos. Title: The Metro City Showdown, an analysis of psychological and physiological responses in a physical combat setting. Abstract. This study examines the psychological and physiological responses of a group of anime characters during physical combat in the Metro City Showdown. The participants, Kairai Sane, Akuma, Cody, Roman Reigns, and King, all bear different hair colors and expressions and wear distinct outfits, a phenomenon that raises concerns on the impact of individuality on crowd dynamics in violent settings. Results show a significant increase in heart rate, cortisol levels, and overall aggression levels in combat-experienced characters, suggesting an adaptation to high-stress situations. However, an increase in empathy levels and a sense of camaraderie among opposing characters also emerge, providing insight into the role of social factors in violent interactions. Overall, the study highlights the need for further inquiry into the complex interplay of individual and social factors in violent settings. The highly anticipated Metro City Showdown begins with Kairai Sane, a skilled martial artist with striking purple hair, standing tall and confident.
Kairai Sane. I've been waiting for this moment. Show me what you've got.
Standing across from him is the notorious Akuma, a stoic fighter with crimson hair and a dark aura.
Kuma, you better prepare yourself. I don't hold back.
Cody, a street brawler with spiky blonde hair, steps in between the two, ready to take on both opponents.
Odie, I ain't afraid of either of y'all.
Suddenly, the WWE's strongest athlete, Roman Reigns, joins the fray, eliciting gasps from the crowd.
Roman Reigns, you guys seem pretty restless. Let me help you burn off some energy.
King, a regal fighter with long silver hair, steps in with a calm demeanor.
King, let us engage in a fair fight.
As the battle commences, heart rates rapidly increase as the adrenaline-fueled fighters engage in a high-stakes duel.
Alright, same. This is what I live for.
Kuma, your existence means nothing before the power of the Satsui no Hado.
Odie, I'm not gonna back down.
Roman Reigns, I'm not used to fighting guys like you, but let's do it.
King, I will fight with honor.
As the fight intensifies, cortisol levels spike and aggression levels escalate, leading to a flurry of punches and kicks that send shockwaves throughout the arena.
Alright, same. I won't lose to you.
Kuma, your naivety knows no bounds.
Odie, I'll keep going until I can't.
Roman Reigns, I'm gonna make sure you all feel the big dog's bite.
King, I will not falter.
However, as the battle nears its climax, a surprising turn of events occurs. Empathy levels among the fighters increase, leading to an unexpected sense of camaraderie.
Alright, same. I never expected to feel so alive fighting alongside you guys.
Kuma, you may not follow the same path as me, but your passion is admirable.
Odie, this is what it's all about, right? Pushing ourselves to our limits.
Roman Reigns, I may not understand what you guys are saying, but I can feel your intensity.
King, we may be enemies in the ring, but we share a common bond as fighters.
Eventually, after a series of epic combat sequences, the fight concludes with a surprising outcome.
Alright, same. I may have lost, but it was worth it.
Kuma, you are strong, but don't ever cross me again.
Odie, I may be down, but I'm not out.
Roman Reigns, I may not have won, but I guarantee I left an impression.
King, this was a battle to remember.
The study concludes that while physical combat is inherently violent, the interplay of individual and social factors can lead to a range of emotional responses. With further research, it may be possible to develop interventions aimed at reducing aggression and promoting empathy in violent settings. Title: The Quantum Entanglement of an Old Lady's Shopping Trip. Opening shot of Rick, Morty, and Summer in the garage. Rick is tinkering with a new invention.
Morty, hand me the Schrodinger's cat algorithm. Summer, prep the multiverse portal.
Rick, aren't we missing something? Like, a destination?
Oh, don't worry about it, Morty. That's the beauty of quantum entanglement. We don't need a specific destination.
But what about the old lady we saw earlier? She seemed lost.
Yes, the old lady. Let's see where she's at.
The trio uses the portal and lands next to the old lady, who is sitting in a chair with a book in her lap and a cell phone in her hand.
Oh, hey there. What's with the reading and cell phone combo? Is that some new app?
Old lady, no, I'm just waiting for my son to come pick me up from my shopping trip. But I think he forgot.
Geez, that's sad.
Yeah, let's help her out. Rick, can't you just use your portal gun to teleport her home?
Beefed. That's amateur stuff. Let's spice it up with a little quantum entanglement.
The trio hooks up the old lady to a device that uses her brainwaves to entangle with an alternate version of herself in another dimension.
Now, when we press this button, we'll simultaneously separate her from this reality and merge her consciousness with the version of her in an alternate reality where she never got stranded.
Rick, I don't think that's how quantum entanglement works.
Shut up, Morty. It's a cartoon. Just go with it.
They press the button and the old lady disappears. Suddenly, her son pulls up in his car.
Old lady's son! Mom, I'm here! Let's go!
Rick, I think we messed up. We never considered the alternate version of the sun picking her up earlier.
Crap, now we have an old lady in another dimension and a confused son in this one. Hey, let's find some shawarma.
The trio walks off, leaving the old lady's son scratching his head and the old lady quantumly entangled in an alternate dimension.
What about the old lady?
Hey, she'll figure it out. Now let's go before we cause any more paradoxes.
The end credits roll as the old lady's son still stands in confusion.
Title: The Case of the Green Gun and the Ignited Key.
Abstract. Rick and Morty find a mysterious green case containing a gun and a lighter. As they attempt to uncover the origins and purpose of the case, they encounter various comedic obstacles and adventures.
Act 1.
Rick and Morty stumble upon the green case while exploring a new dimension. Rick, being the curious scientist he is, decides to take the case back to his lab to examine its contents.
Morty, this green case is like nothing I've ever seen before. It could be worth millions or destroy the multiverse. Either way, we have to find out what's inside.
Act 2.
Rick and Morty open the case, revealing a sleek and powerful gun, as well as a convenient lighter. They quickly realize that the gun is a high-tech weapon with immense destructive capabilities.
Whoa, Rick! This gun is crazy! We could use it to fight off all sorts of evil things and save the universe!
Hold your horses, Morty. We don't yet know what this thing does or what kind of power it holds. We need to run some tests before we start shooting it off.
Act 3.
As Rick conducts tests on the gun, Morty becomes infatuated with the lighter. He realizes that the key on his keychain fits perfectly on the end of the lighter, creating a makeshift handle.
Hey Rick, check it out! This key fits perfectly on the lighter! I made myself a cool little gun of my own.
Morty, give me that key back. That's not a toy. It's a safety hazard and could destroy all life in the universe if not handled carefully.
Act 4.
After several failed attempts to activate the gun, Rick discovers that the key is the missing component needed to ignite the weapon. Morty's impulsive behavior, however, leads to the key accidentally igniting the gun while they are still in the lab.
Morty, you idiot. You ignited the gun while we're still in the lab. We need to get out of here before we're consumed by the maniacal energy waves it's emitting.
Act 5.
Rick and Morty escape the lab and run into various comedic obstacles along the way. They eventually come across a mysterious alien race that also wants the green case for its own power-hungry purposes.
Alien, give us the green case now, or we'll destroy your entire planet.
You think you can take us down with just threats? We have a freaking green gun that can destroy anything in its path.
And a lighter with a key on it that's also pretty cool.
Act 6.
Rick and Morty engage in a battle with the aliens, utilizing the gun and Morty's makeshift lighter weapon. After a long and chaotic fight, Rick finally figures out how to control the green gun and uses it to defeat their enemies.
Take that, you nasty aliens. We've saved the multiverse once again with the power of science and stupidity.
Yeah, science and stupidity. Wait, what?
Epilogue.
As Rick and Morty return to their own universe, they realize that their adventure wasn't just for fun and games. They were able to learn valuable lessons about the dangers of impulsiveness and the importance of rigorous scientific testing.
You know, Rick, I learned a lot from this whole green case thing. Like, not to mess with dangerous weapons without proper training and all.
Yeah, that's the spirit, Morty. You're starting to think like a true scientist.
And also, that a key and a lighter can make a pretty cool gun too.
Oh boy.
Title: Quantum Racket.
Abstract. The following episode explores the effects of quantum entanglement on the sport of tennis. Rick and Morty are hired by the prestigious tennis academy to help with their rivalry against their rival school. Beth, Summer, and Jerry tag along for the ride, where they are all unexpectedly drawn into a chaotic rap battle on the court.
Introduction. The episode begins with a young boy holding a tennis racket on a tennis court, with a net in the background and a tennis ball in the foreground. The boy begins to rap, and the camera zooms out to reveal that he is surrounded by a large gathering of rappers. The scene then transitions to Rick and Morty in Rick's garage, discussing a recent theory on the effects of quantum entanglement on the sport of tennis.
Act 1. The Tennis Academy, a highly esteemed institution, has reached out to Rick for help in their long-standing rivalry with a rival school. In exchange for their services, the academy offers to pay Rick and Morty a hefty fee. Beth, Summer, and Jerry all tag along for the ride, excited to see what kind of adventures await them.
Act 2. Upon arriving at the academy, Rick and Morty quickly realize that the situation is much more complicated than they initially thought. They discover that the school's rivals have been using advanced technology to cheat at matches. Using their own scientific know-how, Rick and Morty create a device that disrupts the rival school's cheating system, leading to their defeat in an upcoming match. Act 3. The episode takes a bizarre turn when the Tennis Academy unexpectedly hosts a rap battle on the court after the victory. Rick, Morty, Beth, Summer, and Jerry find themselves competing against the tennis team in a high-stakes rap battle. The raps are filled with jokes, puns, and scientific references, leaving the audience in hysterics. With Morty leading the charge, the group emerges victorious, impressing everyone in attendance.
Conclusion. The episode ends with the group receiving high praise from the Tennis Academy for their work, as well as for their unexpected rap skills. As they celebrate their victory, Rick reminds them that they must always be prepared for the unexpected, as their adventures are always filled with surprises.
Title: Plates on Plates on Plates.
Abstract. In this episode, the characters Rick, Morty, Jerry, and Beth find themselves in a large warehouse with stacks of plates on a conveyor belt and a conveyor belt with stacks of plates on it. What follows is a hilarious series of absurdities and scientific mishaps as they attempt to navigate the strange world of the warehouse.
Scene 1.
Morty, I've invented a device that can create infinite plates from nothing. We'll be rich.
Oh, okay. But do we really need infinite plates?
Hey, can I help?
Jerry, please. Just stay out of the way.
Scene 2.
As the conveyor belt starts moving, the plates begin stacking up higher and higher.
Damn it, the plates are too heavy. We need to lighten the load.
How do we do that?
I know. We can eat them.
What? No, Jerry. Just no.
Scene 3.
Rick attempts to fix the device, but accidentally causes it to malfunction, spewing out plates in every direction.
Ah, damn it. I should have paid more attention in plate physics class.
Plate physics? Is that a thing?
Of course it is, Morty. How else do you think plates work?
Scene 4.
As the plates continue to pile up, the group realizes they're running out of room. I have an idea. Let's build a plate fort.
No, Jerry. Just no.
Scene 5.
The group is covered in plates, struggling to keep themselves above the sea of porcelain.
This is ridiculous. I never thought plates could be so dangerous.
I think I'm starting to suffocate.
I can't feel my legs.
Can we please just get out of here?
Scene 6.
As they make their escape, the group discovers that they've accidentally caused a massive plate avalanche.
Oh, great. Now we have a plate NATO to deal with.
What's a plate NATO?
It's like a tornado, but with plates.
Scene 7.
The group narrowly escapes the plate NATO, but not before Rick gets hit in the face with a flying dish.
Ow, damn it, Morty, you could have warned me.
I didn't see it coming.
I think I swallowed a plate.
This was a terrible idea.
Scene 8.
In the end, the group manages to make it out of the warehouse alive, but covered in cuts and bruises.
Well, that didn't go quite as planned.
At least we learned something.
What did we learn?
That we should never listen to Rick's crazy ideas.
Hey, it's not my fault plates are so damn interesting.
Title: The Avian Conundrum.
Synopsis. Our protagonists go on an interdimensional adventure to investigate a strange phenomenon involving chickens and birds.
Opening scene.
Morty, we have a big bird emergency on our hands.
What? What kind of bird emergency?
Bird with a rooster on its back has been sighted in several dimensions. We need to find out what's going on.
Can't we just leave it to the professionals?
Yeah, like the bird police or something.
Professionals? Don't make me laugh. We are the professionals. Let's go.
Main scene.
As they travel through different dimensions, they come across a man kneeling down next to a large bird on a field of grass with a rooster on its back.
Rick, what's going on here?
Oh Morty, this is an old ancient ritual. The man is trying to mate with the bird while the rooster watches.
Sounds like a good time to me.
Jerry, that's disgusting.
Old man. Hey, what are you kids doing here? This here chicken is mine.
Actually, Mr. Old Man, we're here to investigate the recent avian anomaly. Have you noticed anything unusual about your chicken?
Old man. Now that you mention it, ever since I rode this chicken, it's been laying eggs that spell out weird symbols.
That's weird, even for us.
Indeed, we need to take this chicken back to the lab for further examination.
Closing scene.
As they return to the laboratory, Rick gets on top of the chicken and starts riding it around like a cowboy.
Rick, what are you doing?
Yeehaw, I'm Cow Chick A Boomin'.
I don't think that's a thing, Rick.
Can we please just focus on the task at hand? As they proceed with their experiment, they discover that the chicken had come in contact with a radioactive substance that had mutated its DNA, causing it to absorb the consciousness of nearby roosters and lay strange symbols as a side effect.
Well, that explains everything.
I don't even want to know what we're gonna do with this chicken.
How about we just let it go free?
Morty, Jerry, you guys are no fun. Let's go multiply this chicken and make an army.
Rick, that's a terrible idea.
Damn it, woman. I'm a scientist, not a chicken whisperer.
End credits scene.
The old man is seen riding a big chicken as it lays even more strange symbols. Jerry is shown throwing up in the background.
Title: The Paradoxical Anomaly of the Strange Entity in the Green Background.
The episode begins with Rick and Morty investigating a strange anomaly in space, which appears to be a man with glasses and a green background with a strange face and a weird haircut with a strange look, which they have dubbed as IMGPS 5 inches. After analyzing the anomaly, they discovered that it is a paradoxical entity, which means it exists in a state of contradiction and cannot be explained by traditional physics laws.
Morty, we've stumbled upon a paradoxical anomaly. This IMGPS 5 entity is breaking all the rules of physics.
Whoa, Rick! We need to study this thing before it causes some major problems.
As they continue to study the entity, they realize that it has the ability to manipulate reality with its strange powers. Beth and Summer soon become involved when the entity begins to wreak havoc on Earth, causing everything to become jumbled up and nonsensical.
Oh my God. The world is turning upside down.
I don't know what's happening, but I think I just saw a talking slice of pizza fly by.
With chaos unfolding around them, Rick realizes that the only way to save the world is to engage in a ridiculous face-off with the IMGPS 5 entity. What follows is a hilarious and wild battle of wits and absurdity, filled with bizarre references and fourth wall breaks.
Alright, IMGPS 5. Let's settle this once and for all, with a dance-off.
IMGPS 5, agreed. I warn you, my moves are quite paradoxical.
In the end, Rick and Morty are able to defeat the entity and set everything back to normal. Beth and Summer are relieved, and Rick and Morty reflect on the absurdity of the situation.
Wow, that was something else, Rick.
Indeed, Morty, I'd like to see the math that explains that one.
The episode ends with a hilariously complex equation on the screen, representing the paradoxical anomaly and Rick and Morty walking off into the sunset.
Title: The Bad Trick in the Snail Shootout. Summary:
In this episode, Rick and Morty team up with Jerry, Beth, and Summer to investigate a peculiar incident on a baseball field where a man is seen performing a dangerous trick with a baseball bat, glove, and a ball levitating in the air. The team suspects the use of advanced technology, and Rick decides to infiltrate the perpetrator's lab with Morty. Meanwhile, the group encounters a snail person armed with a gun, claiming to have a score to settle with Rick. Beth and Summer engage the snail in a witty dialogue, trying to stall enough time for Rick and Morty to complete their mission. Eventually, Rick and Morty find a young inventor named Wilbur, who explains that he was trying to impress his crush, a cheerleader named Cindy, with his levitation device prototype, but it malfunctioned, causing the ball to fly off and endanger the public. Rick scoffs at Wilbur's naivete and decides to use the gadget to prank Jerry. As Jerry prepares for his new baseball career, Rick activates the device, causing Jerry's bat and glove to levitate beyond his control, while the ball starts bouncing around unpredictably. The chaos amuses Rick and Morty, but soon they realize that the snail person has returned with reinforcements, seeking vengeance. The team engages in a wild shootout, using Jerry's bat and glove as unconventional weapons. The snails, caught off guard by the unexpected weaponry, retreat, but not before Rick and Morty make a few snarky remarks about the absurdity of the situation. The episode ends with Beth and Summer consoling Wilbur, who is heartbroken over Cindy's rejection. Rick and Morty, meanwhile, enjoy a cold beer and ponder the possibility of using levitation devices to annoy their enemies.
Dialogue.
Alright, Morty, time to investigate the flying baseball of doom. And maybe grab some snacks on the way.
Rick, you're not worried that someone could get hurt?
Morty, did you forget our motto? Wubba lubba dub dub, baby.
Hey, guys, check this out. I'm a baseball bat wizard.
Oh my god, Jerry, you look ridiculous.
Yeah, Dad, it's not a carnival. Take off the hat.
Snail person. Hello, Rick Sanchez. This time, you won't get away with it.
Oh no, it's the snail guy. Quick, Morty, give me that bat.
I don't think that's a good idea, Rick. You're kind of drunk.
You're kinda boring, Morty. Come on, let's show these snails how we swing in this dimension.
I never signed up for this.
Just go with it, Jerry. It's better than your midlife crisis.
Yeah, Jerry, at least you're living dangerously now.
Wilbur, hey, guys, have you seen Cindy? I think I messed up my levitation thingy again.
Title: The Vulpescu Incident.
Synopsis: Rick and Morty are teleported to a strange dimension where everything is in black and white. As they explore, they come across a drawing of a man holding two guns, known as Vulpescu. When they try to leave the dimension, Vulpescu suddenly comes to life and begins wreaking havoc.
Morty, this dimension seems to be some sort of artistic rendering. Look at this drawing of Vulpescu. It's like the artist gave him some sort of weird power.
Whoa, Rick, that's crazy. But how do we get out of here?
As they attempt to leave, Vulpescu comes to life and starts attacking them.
Vulpescu, I am Vulpescu. You have trespassed on my territory. Now you shall pay the price.
Morty, we need to find a way to defeat this guy. But how?
I don't know, Rick. He seems pretty powerful.
Don't worry, Morty, I've got an idea.
Rick pulls out a device and begins to tinker with it.
Aha, I've created a portal to another dimension. We can use it to escape.
As they enter the portal, Vulpescu chases after them.
Vulpescu, you can't escape me.
But as soon as he enters the portal, he is suddenly transformed into a harmless drawing again.
Ah, the portal must have neutralized his powers. That should teach him not to mess with us.
Jeez, Rick, that was crazy. I don't think I can handle another dimension like that.
Oh, come on, Morty. You've got to have a little sense of adventure. Now, let's go find another dimension to explore.
The episode ends with Rick and Morty teleporting to another dimension, leaving behind the black and white wonderland.
Title: The Key to Dimensional Chaos.
Synopsis:
In this episode, Rick, Morty, and Jerry are on a mission to retrieve a key that unlocks a portal to a dimension full of wild, funny, and crazy adventures. But they are not alone in their quest. A man in a uniform from an unknown government agency is after the same key. The episode starts with Rick, Morty, and Jerry in the garage, trying to create a dimension portal using a house key and a gun.
Morty and Jerry, this is the key to the universe's greatest party, but it won't work without the right combination.
You mean like a dance party?
A party with cosmic babes and unlimited pizza.
Ah, you simpletons. We need to extract the quantum entanglement from this key and calibrate it with this ray gun. That would create a quantum field that unlocks the portal to Dimension X69.
Geez, Rick, that sounds dangerous.
I'm not sure I want to be involved in something that might break the universe.
You guys wimps, it's just science. Now hold this gun and don't screw it up.
As they begin the process, a red light flashes behind them, and the man in a uniform appears from nowhere, revealing that he is from the Interdimensional Protection Agency, IPA, and that they're after the same key.
APA agent, you three are under arrest for illegal use of interdimensional technology. Hand over the key.
No way, man, we had it first.
I don't want to go to interdimensional prison.
Can't we just share the key and go on our separate adventures? The scene turns into a wild chase where Rick and the IPA agent fight over the key while Morty and Jerry try to escape. They run through various dimensions, including a world made of candy, a world where everyone looks like a potato, and a world where all language consists of burps and farts. During the chase, the key falls into a game character's face, unlocking a portal to the most absurd dimension of them all. They all fall into the portal, ending up in a universe where everything is inverted, and they have to perform zany challenges to escape.
I knew it. This is the best party ever.
I think I'm going to be sick.
I shouldn't have eaten that pizza. The episode ends with them returning home with the key, but Rick accidentally drops it into a black hole and accidentally creates a new universe in the process. The screen fades to black, leaving the audience to wonder what bizarre universe Rick and the gang have created. End of episode.
Title: The Hilarious Quantum Entangled Rickroll.
Synopsis: Rick and Morty embark on a mind-bending adventure as they discover a poster of a man with a green face and a star on his head on a distant planet. Along the way, they experience a series of quantum entanglements that lead them to an epic Rickroll showdown.
Act 1.
Rick and Morty are in the garage, working on some experiments. Suddenly, a portal appears, and they are sucked into it.
Morty, hold on tight. We're going on a ride.
Where are we going, Rick?
We're going to a distant planet, Morty. I have a feeling there's something there that will blow our minds.
Act 2.
As they arrived on the planet, they immediately saw a poster of a man with a green face and a star on his head.
Rick, who is this guy? He looks like the Joker on steroids.
Morty, you are too young to understand. Let me show you something.
Rick opened a wormhole and they jumped inside. Suddenly, they were in a karaoke bar and the music was pumping.
Morty, this is a special song that I want you to sing. It's called Never Gonna Give You Up.
Act 3.
Rick, are you serious? I can't sing in front of all these people.
Morty, you can do it. I'll even sing with you.
As the music started, Rick and Morty began to sing the song, but something strange was happening. Every time they sang a line, the universe shook. They were causing quantum entanglements.
Morty, we need to stop this. We're causing irreparable damage to the multiverse.
But Rick, it's just a song. Why is it causing all this havoc?
Morty, it's because of the quantum entanglement. Every time we sing a line, it creates a chain reaction across universes.
Act 4.
Rick and Morty finally stopped singing, but they were caught in an endless loop of rickrolling.
Morty, we're stuck in a rickroll. We need to find a way out.
But how, Rick?
It's simple, Morty. We need to find the source of the quantum entanglement and reverse it.
Act 5.
Rick and Morty finally managed to locate the source of the quantum entanglement, and it was none other than the man with the green face and the star on his head.
Morty, we need to destroy that poster. It's causing all this chaos.
But Rick, what if we destroy it and something worse happens?
There's only one way to find out, Morty. Let's do this.
Prologue.
Rick and Morty managed to destroy the poster, and the quantum entanglement was reversed. However, they were still stuck in a Rickroll.
Well, Morty, looks like we're going to be stuck in this for a while.
Yeah, but at least we'll be together.
Don't get all mushy on me, Morty.
Sorry, Rick.
Now let's sing it together. One more time.
Okay, Rick, let's do this.
And so, Rick and Morty sang the chorus of Never Gonna Give You Up endlessly in a never-ending Rickroll.
Title: The Quantum Tennis of Summer and the Prince.
Synopsis. This episode takes place on a hot summer day in the multiverse, where Rick, Morty, Jerry and a group of interdimensional tennis players gather on top of a tennis court with rackets in hand and tennis balls in the air. After a few casual rounds of tennis, they are suddenly transported to a quantum reality, where the rules of physics no longer apply.
Alright, folks, welcome to the Quantum Tennis Championship of the Multiverse. The court is now a giant superposition, so don't be surprised if the ball hits you in the face and your face hits you back.
Rick, I don't think quantum physics should be applied to sports. Isn't that like, super dangerous?
Yeah, I agree. I don't want to end up being stuck in a superposition with half of my body missing or something.
Relax, Jerry, it's just tennis. Besides, what's the worst that could happen?
Suddenly, a rogue tennis ball hits Rick in the face and splits his head into two. But instead of freaking out, Rick simply pulls out a cloning device from his pocket and creates two identical versions of himself.
Rick 1, see, I always come prepared.
Rick 2, I still think we should have stuck to regular tennis rules.
Meanwhile, Summer and the Prince of Tennis arrive in their own interdimensional tennis ship, eager to prove themselves as the best tennis players in the multiverse.
All right, everyone. We may be just amateurs from Earth, but we're here to kick some quantum butt.
Prince of Tennis, indeed, for I am the Prince of Tennis, hailing from a realm where the laws of physics bend to my will. Rick 1, you think you can out-tennis the best tennis player in all of the galaxies?
Rick, I don't think that's true.
Rick 2, shush, just watch and learn, Morty.
As the game progresses, the rules of physics become increasingly arbitrary and absurd. The tennis balls split into even tinier tennis balls, some of which turn out to be miniature black holes. The players get sucked into wormholes and end up playing tennis on different planets. This is insane. How are we even supposed to keep up?
Just go with the flow, Jerry. Who knows? Maybe we'll end up in a reality where we're all professional tennis players.
Prince of Tennis, unlikely, for I am the greatest tennis player in all of the...
Suddenly, a massive explosion interrupts the game, as the players are transported back to their original reality. Rick looks around, perplexed.
That was weird. Did we just cause a quantum disruption by playing tennis?
I think we did, Rick. I don't think we should mess with quantum physics anymore.
Yeah, let's just stick to regular tennis from now on.
Come on guys. That was so much fun. Can we at least play one more round?
Fine, but let's try to keep the explosions to a minimum this time,
The episode ends with the group playing one last game of quantum tennis, as the multiverse trembles in fear.
Title: The Man with the Scissors and the Cell Phone, a study on the intersection of science fiction and reality.
Introduction. The following episode analyzes the behavior of a man wearing a helmet and holding a pair of scissors in his hand and a cell phone in his other hand while attending sci-fi themed workshops. The study examines the role of science fiction in shaping and influencing our realities and how individuals navigate the blurred line between the two.
Scene 1.
The man with the scissors and the cell phone is observed entering a workshop centered around the concept of time travel and science fiction. He is seen taking notes on his cell phone while simultaneously holding the scissors in a defensive manner. The Rolling Stones can be heard playing in the background.
Scene 2.
The man is approached by the workshop facilitator who inquires about the scissors in his hand. The man responds by stating that he is preparing for any potential threats of time-space continuum disruption. The workshop facilitator nods in agreement and allows the man to continue with the scissors.
Scene 3.
The man is now in a workshop focused on post-apocalyptic science fiction. He is seen holding the scissors in a more aggressive and threatening manner. The workshop attendees appear uneasy and begin to distance themselves from him.
Scene 4.
The Rolling Stones song, "Gimme Shelter," becomes louder in the background as the man becomes more erratic in his behavior and movements.
Scene 5.
The workshop facilitator, concerned for the safety of attendees, intervenes and asks the man to leave the workshop. The man resists and begins to fight against the facilitator. The Rolling Stones song reaches its climax as the fight ends.
Conclusion.
The episode concludes with a reflection on the influence of science fiction on our perceptions of reality and how it can result in unpredictable behavior. The man's actions exemplify how the line between reality and fiction can become blurred, and suggests that more research is needed in this area.